We'll begin today by downloading a copy of Components 1 SKP from the Schoology assignment. Once that's done downloading, we're going to go to SketchUp and we're going to click Open and go from My Computer. And this will be on Downloads. And this is Components 1. So we're going to save this. I'm going to go Components. Okay. So the main thing for today is understanding the difference between groups and components. So groups, remember that those are one-off pieces. They are not connected to other geometry. Components are copies. So remember that components has a C in it. So think of that as a copy. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to grab this group and I'm going to press Control once with that selected and then go to the Move tool, which is just typing M, and then I grab, hit Control again and grab and move. Okay, so it's Move tool once, click, Control, tap once, and then move again to create a copy. So the groups are independent of each other. So if I put my selection tool again, and I double click to get inside to edit the group, hit the push-pull tool, I can select this face and delete it. You'll see that these two are independent of each other. The original group has not changed. On the other hand, these kind of beams on this arbor, these are components. So you can see them here. Components are copies of each other. So if I go in to edit one of them, so I'm going to go in and hit the push-pull tool. And remember, it's the tip of that arrow, that whatever you're going to push or pull. I'm going to click on this and grab it, and all of them come out because they are all linked. So with that kind of extended out, this right here is going to be my first step. All right. I'm going to grab I need to actually have this pasted from earlier. Got my name here. It seems to, I may have to repaste it. Hang on. Okay, I have pasted my signature. If you wind up pasting your signature and it's not oriented the way you want it to be, you can always grab the Rotate tool. Rotate tool is 3 clicks. So you go one in the center, one on the edge to create an arm, and then you swing it around the direction you want it. Okay, so there's my first snip. You can save this, and now I'm going to go back. The 3 lines, I'm going to go back home. I'm going to go back to the Schoology page, and we're going to go to Components 2 SKP. I'm going to download that file. Now we're going to go back to SketchUp. We're going to open this from my computer, go to the Downloads, Components 2, and we're going to save this one. Okay. This is pretty fun, I think. So we're going to go in here. Okay, now I want to make a copy of this post leg, and we're we're going to replicate it along all of the 8 posts underneath this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to click in here, zoom in. I'm going to triple click on this, right click, and we're going to go make component. Remember, if we want to make a copy, we make the component that has the C in it. Okay, and I'm going to call this pillar. Okay, and we're going to go OK. So the next thing I'm going to do is do that control click to make a copy. So I'm going to use the move tool. So this is going to be M. I click on this. Oops, not undo that. I click on this. Nope. One more time. Okay. I think it undid my make component. Okay. Okay. One more time. So we have this geometry. I go M, move tool, I click divide here. I tap control one time, and then I actually want, I want this corner. So I tap control and then I move over, and remember I want to inference to this corner and then drop down. So we need these 2 lines. This is kind of hard to do. We need these 2 lines. Maybe if I zip around here. I'm just going to make sure that I'm pulling in the correct direction here. Go like this. I want that red axis right there. There we go. So you see I have the red axis, and I also have it looks funny. For Pete's sake. Okay, one more time. Sorry about that. It didn't look right. Okay, so we want to click on this top left endpoint right here. So I click once with the move tool, just click once. I tap C in order to create a copy, and then see that red line, and draw that over until I also get, I want to go up and reference that one as well. So I want the red line and I want the blue line dropping down, and that will give me what I'm looking for. It didn't look right from the side, so I was just, yeah, it's fine. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is take the selection tool, and I'm going to grab both of these guys. And remember, if I can't, so right here, I can't see the bottom of the second pillar. So you can actually, remember, go from the right and you get that box around it, and that actually will select all the geometry. So now what I'm going to do is, again, move tool. So M, I'm going to grab that corner right there, endpoint and pillar. Once, tap control, and then I get a copy, and I'm going to move over on the green axis until I grab that endpoint right there. So I have the blue drop down and the green line. I tap that. Okay, now I'm going to scroll over here, do this again. So with both of those selected, M for the move tool, okay. Click once on the endpoint of the pillar, tap control, and then I drag out again using that green. I can actually come up here and grab that inference. I get those 2 lines again, and I just trust them, which is what I wasn't doing before. It looked weird to me. Okay, so we get another one. We're going to do it again. Go up to the endpoint on that pillar. Click once, tap control, and then move again, and I'm going to go to the endpoint in that group and click again. And now I have created 8 of these pillars. So pretty cool. Now what's really neat with this is you can go up and go in here, and I can double click on this. Since these are components and they are all linked geometry, I can zoom in on this, and double click to get inside here. You see how everything else gets grayed out? And then I go to the push-pull tool, select the top of this, and bring it up to the bottom of that. And you'll see that all of them have been brought up and welded together, which looks pretty neat. Now, if we look at this inside, these inside sections, you see that this post is actually a little bit fatter than this post. This pillar is too skinny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to do it by going to the right, like that, and select just these 4 that are on the inside. Okay, and I did that with that, that left swipe kind of selection tool there. Now these, I'm going to actually right click, and use this Make Unique. Okay, I'm going to click that. That breaks the connections with the other pillars, so we can actually independently edit these alone. So I'm going to zoom in on this, okay, and I'm going to kind of rotate this way, and I'm going to grab all of this geometry on that side. Oh, I have to double click inside here. I'm going to just grab that side. So you can see how it's all highlighted on that side. And actually all of these are highlighted. I'm going to grab the move tool and kind of click here. And then I'm going to grab this and bring it out until it grabs that endpoint there. And you see that all of these have stretched to fit that. Okay. Which is pretty great. So I can do that again by grabbing this kind of fatter arch or fatter pillar support here. And I can go, I can make a copy. Okay, so remember we move, grab some point on this, click once, hit Control, and then grab out. Okay, so there's my copy. Now, if I want to just edit this one independently, I right click on this and go Make Unique. And then I can go inside of this, double click on it. You see everything else grays out. The push pull, and we'll push this down, make it kind of shorter. You can see there's a break right there. And I can zoom in on this particular piece. Okay, so now I have 3 unique components here. I have these skinny pillars, these fatter pillars, and these short fatter pillars. So over here on the right, there's a box to the right that says components. So if I click that and then I click home, you'll see all of the pillars that I have created. So there was the original one that I named, and then there was this one right here. If I click inside here, actually if I click on it, it will give me a picture of it, which is pretty neat. So you can click on your name with the pillar and it will import a picture in there. And then if I want to, so let's say that I go inside here, I can actually rename them. So I can go pillar, and I can go, this is a thin pillar. Okay. I can go, maybe call this one a thick pillar. Okay, and then this guy here is the shorter. Oh wait, there we go. That's the pillar, and that's going to be thick and short. Okay. So now what we can do actually, when you have these entities like this, you can click on them, as you can see what just happened. I can grab this and actually bring it into the model now. So if you want these different pillars, you can do that. It's pretty cool. The next thing I'm going to do is we can go into the 3D warehouse. I wanted to do a search for a plant. So I'm going to look for a hanging plant. because I actually really like hanging plants. So they have this one right here. So I'm going to download this into the model. Okay, now when you look inside the components right here, oh, maybe taking a second, I will have the plant right here. And then so I can grab it. I can actually put it on my model. So I'm going to put one right, hey, come on. This is fussy. And just put it where it's upright. Come on. How long will this take? There we go. Okay, so there's one, and then maybe I want to put another one right here and grab it and move it and just stick it right here. Okay. So there's two little hanging plants. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to insert my name again. You can see my name is coming out sideways because it's from the last model. I can grab this, 3 clicks, center, outside, and then spin it. Now you see, you'll notice that my model is lagging a little bit, and that's because I haven't saved it. Also, the more stuff you start bringing in, the more memory it's going to take up, the bigger the files are going to get. So basically, save early, save often, and if you can avoid it, try not to use too many of these unless you're almost done with the model. Too many of these imported kind of fun accents, just because it'll slow your build down. Okay, so this is going to be snip number 2. The other ones will go quicker, I promise. So actually, if you do it all the way to the right, so I can see that you have renamed your pillars, that would be amazing. All right, so that's snip number 2. All right, so we're going to go back to our SketchUp, or excuse me, Schoology. We're going to download tags, SKP file. I'm going to go into SketchUp, go back to home, go open. We're going to open this download. So it's going to be tags right here. All right. We're going to save this. Okay. It's going to be tags. Okay. I'm going to close out these components. So over here, we're going to go to the scenes, and I'm going to go to the house. Okay. Now, I'm going to close that out. Okay. So we have this house. The next thing we're going to do is we want to open the tags file. You can see this over here. It has a tag. And these are kind of like layers. They're actually named layers in previous iterations of SketchUp. So what we're going to do is we're going to assign to each of these a piece of the house, okay? So the first thing, so we have a roof, walls, and the floor. So I would suggest the way that you do this is to activate a particular tag. You click on this pencil, and you can see it comes up with that make active tag. So the first one we're going to do is the walls. I'm going to go in here kind of like this, and I'm going to select with that right selection tool, because remember that selects the geometry that's connected but also outside of the box. And we get all of that middle layer connected. So with the walls one active, I'm going to grab this thing that applies the current tag to our selection. And that's going to assign all of those pieces to the walls tag. I'm going to click outside of this, and I'm going to do the floor now. So I want to go highlight the floor, and I'm going to go from here and select a bounding box like that. And then I'm going to go, all of that is going to be assigned to the floor. And then the top piece, okay, move that over a little bit. The top piece, oops, wait. First we want to select the roof and drag the box select all of that, and then we're going to assign all of that to the roof. Now, what's super cool about this, so we're going to make the untagged one. There should always be one single untagged one. And we're going to triple click all of the geometry. So that's everything. We're going to put it on the untagged layer. Okay, just so that there is one that's always untagged, and that should be the active layer. The other ones, you don't want to be editing these layers. So there's always one that's untagged that is always the active layer. So now what this allows us to do is you can toggle them off. So let's say we turn off the roof. We turn off, interesting. Okay, I literally had to do all of that over again just to see why it wasn't working. I would suggest don't triple click the entire structure and make that untagged. So what you can do is just, if you have that issue happen, just, I don't know, just back it up. Don't make the entire selection untagged. You just want to have one layer that is untagged. Don't assign anything to it for right now. So what's going to happen though is if we make this the active layer, it allows you to toggle the other ones on and off. So we can turn the walls off. We can turn the roof off, which is kind of fun. I obviously didn't grab that part in the selection tool. So when if that happens, no stress. We're going to go roof. We want to make that the active layer. I'm going to go ahead, drag from the left all the way over. I didn't obviously grab every single piece. And then I'm going to assign that there. So when I go back and I turn that roof off, now I got it all. So you can, kind of edit as you need. And we're going to go down to the floor. So everything is still there. We just can't see it. So I'm going to save this. And again, I'm going to edit this with the move tool. Okay. So again, I'm going to tap, actually, I'm going to highlight, do a bounding box around this. Okay. So it highlights that edge. I grab the move tool and kind of grab in here and drag out. I'm going to do that same thing over here. Grab this outside edge, grab the move tool in here and drag out. Okay, so I have widened the footprint of the house. Now I'm going to turn things back on. No. I did this on purpose just to show you guys that actually the geometry is all still connected. So we have that sticky geometry thing happening here, where you can't just edit one piece independent of the other. You can't edit one tag independent of the other if you don't do some things first. So just to prove that you did this for me, I want you guys to do a snip of this. So you're gonna kind of distort your house like that. Go ahead and turn the walls back on, and then we're gonna take a screenshot of this. Okay, and this is gonna be, whoops, put that back. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna put that back. So this is gonna be screenshot number 3. Okay, Pablam. Alrighty, now we don't want this, so we're gonna actually, because it distorted everything. So I'm gonna keep hitting undo, Control Z, until I get back to the original footprint of the house. Okay, then I'm gonna turn the walls and the roof back on. So there is a way around this. What we can do is we can zoom in on this. We're going to do essentially that same kind of selection. I would highly suggest, this is just from experience, starting with the walls on the inside. So drag from the right, because you can drag a thin box and it will select all the geometry that's even connected to that. So we get all the walls here, we're going to right click and we're going to make this a group. I don't want to make copies. I just want it to be one thing. Okay, that's going to be a group, and I'm going to put that on this layer. Remember, I highlight the, make it the active layer, and then I put the geometry on that layer. The next one I'm going to do is going to be the floor. This one I'm going to swipe from the, or drag from the left to the right. Okay, get all of that geometry there. I'm going to right click, make group. I'm going to highlight the floor tag and then assign that geometry to the floor. The last one I'm going to do is going to be the roof. I'm going to go from the right, grab all of that geometry. I'm going to right click, make group, and I'm going to assign that to this tag. Okay. So remember that when we want to toggle the visual on and off, I'm going to go up and make the untagged one the active tag. I'm going to turn off the walls, turn off the roof. I grabbed too much on the floor. Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to fix that really fast. All right, so essentially what I did was I just Controlled Z'd until I got back to where the this was the only thing visible. So I'm going to select all of this. Okay, I'm going to right click, make it a group. I'm going to assign that to the floor. Then I'm going to put the walls back. I'm going to turn the floor off, actually. You have to make the untag the active tab. We're going to drag all the walls. Okay. Right click, make group, assign that to the walls tag. I'm going to turn that off. Turn the roof on. Okay. Drag that whole thing. Right click, make group. We're going to assign that to the roof tag. Okay. So now we have they're all groups on this. So I can put them all back. I can hide them. So we're going to turn off the roof, turn off the walls. I'm going to go back to the floor. And now I can edit this, select this. Sorry, you actually have to double click into the group to edit it. Move, bring this out. Yikes. We're going to grab this, double click, grab this side, move, drag this part out. Okay, so we have increased the footprint of this. Double click on that. Hit save. And then if I put the other pieces back, you'll see that they're not warped. Because they were made groups, they're independent. They're not stuck to the geometry anymore. So that was the goal. You're going to paste your name again. Do a nice crisp screenshot of all of this geometry. Okay, and that's number 4. Number 5, the final one. All right, the final piece, we're going to go over here to scenes again. We're going to go to these blocks, and this is going to be the last snip. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to create your own tags. So if we want to go add tag, you're going to add 3 tags here. And we're going to edit inside, and we're going to call this red blocks. We're going to call this blue blocks. And we're going to call the third one green blocks. Just for funskies, we're going to take this and actually edit the colors because you have the opportunity to do that, so why not? So that it makes sense with the piece that we have. Blue blocks can stay the same, and then green blocks, I'll pick a green. Come on. Weird. Maybe it wanted me to save. Okay. Interesting. Okay. It's being fussy, but that's all right. So remember, in general, we want to keep the untagged one active. So the little pencil is by the untagged one. But when we want to add things to a particular tag, we want to make that one the active tag. So I'm going to go to the red blocks. I'm going to actually control select all of the red blocks. And I can actually squeak in there and grab that one. And then I'm going to go here to apply current tag selection. Blue blocks, I'm going to do the same thing. Control, 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 and that little guy back there. And then apply those to that current the active selection. And then I'm going to go, oh, that may have, let's see, I may have added the red blocks to that one. Yep, I did. All right, never mind. Let's do that one more time. Okay, red blocks. Control click. They were still active. Okay. Now I want to click outside, deselect the red blocks, go into blue blocks, control click all of these guys, add those to the current selection, make this one the active tag, deselect the blue blocks, and then we're going to grab the green ones. So green, green, and green. Okay, and then we're going to go like that onto the current selection. Now what I'm going to do is deselect everything, go to the untagged layer, and then I can turn them on or turn them off depending. Now I have one little blue block that was left. No worries, I can go inside here to this current selection, grab this one, control, and then add it to the current selection. And that way, when I turn it off, they all go off. So what I would like you guys to do is to turn off the blue blocks. So we have this kind of selection here. I'm going to throw down my final signature for the day. It's huge. If you are feeling OCD about this, you can use the scale tool and bring that down like so. And that's your final snip for the day. Well done, everybody. I would also like you guys to snip over here showing me your new tags that you have created. And that's it for today. Thank you.